All right, who's ready for Disney? Yeah! Just a 20-hour drive. It's gonna be no problem. I got an Airbnb rental. We're good to go. No, we can't stop for the bathroom. It's only been 2 hours. No, we don't have any snacks. Just 18 hours to go. Come on, we just stopped for the bathroom. Well, you gotta hold it. You're gonna get me in an accident. I don't know where we're going. No, just take a nap. Quit touching each other. Don't poke her. Then plug it in. We just went to the bathroom. Please, God, just shut your yapper. And stop drinking all the water. You're gonna have to go to the bathroom again. For God's sakes. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're pulling up. I can see it now. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Everyone just hold it. Just hold it.
All right, they gave me a code for the door, so let me just go unlock this and get settled.
What are you doing? I rented out this house for 2 weeks. This isn't a rental property. I've lived here for 50 years. What are you talking about? I booked it online. It cost me $2,000. I'm gonna call the police. Get off my property. I'm the world's greatest mom, okay? Hold on a sec. Just let me call him. Yeah, there's some creep on my front door trying to break into my house. Yeah, he said he rented my house, but I own this house. I live here. I know it. I woke up here this morning. 1 sec. Get away, you creep.
It was at this moment he realized that not only did he get scammed out of $2,000 on a fake rental property, but he had driven an entire 20 hours in the car with his whole family for nothing.
I know you're probably distracted by my amazing acting skills and production quality, but this situation has actually happened to people. So let's talk about rental scams. Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about both vacation rental scams and just rental scams in general for apartments and homes. They're both related and use many of the same tactics to pull off. The FBI says that in 2022, there was more than $350 million lost to rental scams in the US alone. When you're online looking at listings, whether for vacation rental or long-term rental, there are basically 4 possibilities of what the listing could be. Number 1, either a legit listing, which most of them are. Number 2 is a fake listing where the place doesn't even exist, and there's been documented cases of people pulling up to the address and it's a completely empty lot. It could be a bait and switch listing where you think you're getting a 5-star suite and a mountain view, but it's a bachelor pad with no windows. Or it could be a legitimate place and a legitimate listing, but you never actually booked it and they stole your money. You show up and someone else who actually paid for it through the legitimate means has vacated the listing and you don't actually legally have access to it. This is most commonly done by scammers having you book and pay outside of the listing platform. Look at this family in the UK. They lost over $5,000 on an Airbnb clone scam while planning a vacation to Spain. Scammers used a fake site called Travel Villas, copying information from a legitimate travel agency and convincing the family to pay via WhatsApp. They realized it was a scam hours before their flight. They were able to recoup the villa payment but lost over $2,000 in flight costs. Thank you, airlines. Look at these people in Australia. 2 families got scammed out of $10,000 each after falling for fake rental ads. Scammers copied real listings, convinced them to pay deposits for the properties that didn't exist or were already occupied. Or how about this poor family from Calgary who've been targeted by rental scammers for 6 years as scammers repeatedly list their home as a rental unit using stolen photos from a realtor's website. They keep facing aggressive and distraught visitors at their doorstep and they can't keep up with the listings and get them all taken down. They keep listing their house as a rental property and then people show up obviously pissed off because they just traveled to go rent your house and they're dealing with it all the time. I couldn't imagine. That to me is one of the worst ones, especially when you have kids. So let's get into it. First up is fake listings. You find the perfect rental, amazing photos, prime location, a price that feels almost too good to be true, but you know, it's legitimate. You're gonna pay it. You book it, but when you arrive, it doesn't even exist. This is one of the most common vacation rental scams. Scammers steal photos from real listings or websites or even use AI image generation. Look at this AI image I generated, okay? Look, it looks pretty real and they're only gonna get better, okay? They'll then create a profile, post the fake listing, and then disappear as soon as they get your money, which could be hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on where it is and how long you stay. When you show up, the property doesn't exist or it's not available for rent. It could be some rando's house or an actual rental property which isn't vacant.
I'm the world's greatest mom, okay?
As we just went over, so watch out for unusually low prices, little to no reviews, pressure to book quickly, hosts that are dodgy about answering specific questions. take a close look at the images to make sure they seem real. You can see here that this is an AI generated image, and there are some giveaways. These are getting better and better as literally every single day passes. If you ever feel suspicious about a listing, you can do a reverse image search of the photos. You can use tools like Google Images or TinEye. If those photos appear on multiple listings or come from other real estate websites, it's a major red flag. Guess what? This video is sponsored. You're sitting there with your family having a nice meal and you get a call from your bank. They say there's some sort of issue, you end up working it out with them, but oh no, it actually wasn't your bank. Turns out it was a total scam, and now you're out all this money. You know what the odds are you getting that money back? It's basically next to zero. The bank's gonna say you willingly gave them that information, so bye-bye. And that's where OmniWatch comes in. OmniWatch covers you in these situations where you get manipulated into handing over your info, up to $25,000. This is coverage beyond what your typical bank or traditional ID theft insurance can offer you, and it's shockingly affordable. And just look at these prices: $7 a month for their basic plan, $13 a month for their premium plan, and they both come with a 14-day money-back guarantee and up to $2 million identity theft insurance, no matter what package you pick. Get it for yourself or get it for your loved ones. It's just peace of mind. Scams aren't going anywhere, and they're only gonna get more complicated. When they reached out to collaborate, I was super excited because I know a lot of you could benefit from this, so go check out omniwatch.com, check out the link below. It helps support the channel and it helps keep you safe. Okay, now we can get back to the video. Always book through reputable platforms like Airbnb or vrbo, and never make payments outside of these platforms. I can't stress that enough. Don't pay outside of this platform. This way your money is protected and you can take action if something goes wrong. Don't rush into bookings. Make sure you've thoroughly vetted the property and the host before making any payments. You know, use your common sense. There's also the bait and switch scam. This is where you book a property based on an appealing listing, but when you arrive, things don't look so good. You can either show up and unexpectedly have it be something completely different. Never better though. It's never an upgrade, it's always a significant downgrade. Or the host can tell you that the property you reserved is unavailable through some system issue, and they offer you a replacement that again is nowhere near what you signed up for. It's never an upgrade. This scam happens both in vacation rentals and long-term rentals, and it's a classic one. You're lured in by pictures in a perfect place, but once you've committed and they have your money, they try to swap it out for something far less desirable. For vacation rentals, it could be a downgrade to a smaller, poorly maintained property. For long-term rentals, it might be cheaper apartment or a completely different property that doesn't meet your needs or want or what you paid for in the first place. In vacation rental, scammers often rely on you to be too tired or desperate to argue, especially if you just traveled a long distance, like in the beginning of the video. That's happened to people. For long-term rentals, they hope that once you've invested time in the process, you'll just accept the switch rather than start searching for a new place all over again. They're hoping that you're desperate. So watch out for last-minute changes. Maybe the place had a plumbing issue or the previous tenant stayed longer than expected, but they conveniently have another property for you. It's ready right now. So also do your research on the property before you spend money. Look it up on Google Maps, read the reviews, but check out my other video up here on how most online reviews are fake. Look out for high pressure to accept the deal. They'll insist that this new place is the only available option and that if you don't take it, you'll be left with nothing. They might even throw in some extras like waiving a cleaning fee or offering a slight discount to sweeten the deal. You don't have to accept it. On platforms like Airbnb and vrbo, you have the right to refund the property if it isn't as advertised or the host changes the deal in any way. That's another reason why it's important to keep everything and all communications within the platform you're using. For long-term rentals, always insist on seeing the actual property in person before signing a lease or making any payments. If they're trying to switch properties before you've even moved, it's a major red flag. I know it's tempting, but really, really watch out for payment off platform. A host might message you offering a discount if you pay through PayPal or Venmo or a wire transfer instead of using Airbnb's payment system, because they can save a couple bucks on their fees and pass the savings on to you. This happens on eBay every single day. I mean, it's almost guaranteed to be a scam in this context. They can just completely disappear. If you pay outside the platform, you lose all protections offered by the platform, like Airbnb or vrbo, okay? It's like the fraud protection that is built in. They will cover that if there's actual fraud, but you have to do everything within the platform. Once that money's gone, it's gone. You're never getting it back, okay? So if someone asks you to pay outside the platform like Airbnb, vrbo, it's a scam. No legitimate host will offer you to go off platform for payment. Watch out for fake reviews. Okay, scammers know that you rely heavily on the reviews to make the decision, so they flood their fake listings with glowing but totally fake reviews and feedback. If all the reviews sound too positive and don't mention specifics like check-in experiences or local attractions or, things like that, they could be fake. Look for balanced reviews that provide real insight into the property. Again, go watch my video on fake reviews. It's a nightmare out there, okay? Be aware on Amazon, that's all I gotta say. Here's another one to watch out for. If you have a legit listing and are currently staying there or are about to stay there, look out for fake customer support. Data leaks happen, and scammers can get your information, call you, and pretend to be the rental company or the website you're renting from. They'll call you and say there's an issue with your booking, or they can give you a fake number and it's a fake listing. Suddenly, whatever, you get a fake text or phone call or email from Airbnb support asking for your credit card information to fix it. This is what we call a phishing scam, okay? Real platforms like Airbnb will never ask for your payment info or passwords through email or SMS. If you have an issue, go through the official website or app. Okay? I didn't really consider that one, but it's a really good scam from the scammer's perspective. They have a data leak. They know that you booked something. Hey, there's an issue with your place. I'm going to refund you the money, but give me your credit card so I can get you in this new place. Perfect phishing. Data leaks are terrifying. So practice good cybersecurity. I guess my biggest pieces of advice would be to always book and pay through the official platforms like Airbnb, vrbo, whatever it is. Check the reviews carefully. Look for details, not just generic praise. Okay, be wary of deals that seem too good to be true, as I say in every single Fraud Squad video. Communicate with the host through the platform, not through outside channels. Keep it all on that channel so everything's recorded. And research the property outside the platform and see what details you can find. If something feels off, trust your gut and walk away. It's better to miss out on a potential deal than lose all of your money.
Okay, I'm not trying to talk smack here, okay? But I would be remiss if I didn't mention that during my research, I found a lot of people with bad experiences getting a refund from Airbnb. They were complaining that there was clearly fraudulent listings and that they got scammed by the bait and switch tactic, and they're having issues getting their money back, or they had to harass them for months or weeks to get their money back. And they're getting the typical customer service runaround. They call and they say to chat them. They chat them, they say to call them. They call them, they say to chat them, and back and forth, and no one actually answers their question. It's not just one or two people. There's a lot of people with this type of experience, so just figured it would be worth mentioning. Yes, it does say on their website that you have this fraud and scam protection through their service, but kind of like a crappy warranty, collecting on that seems to be a little bit difficult for some people. Just figured I would mention it.
So hopefully you keep all this in mind when you're looking to book a rental property or buy an apartment. I'm going to do another video deep on mortgage scams, talk specifically about mortgages, how they work, mortgage scams, so that kind of ties into this a little bit, but look forward to that in the future. So subscribe if you like this kind of content. I hope you like the new format of the video with the little skit in the intro. Okay, maybe I know some of you will hate it, some of you will like it, but I'm trying things to keep it entertaining. Fraud isn't really entertaining. It's not an exciting topic. Okay, it's not exciting, and no one really cares about it until they get scammed. Support the channel any way you can. Subscribe or liking the video, or I got a Patreon now. You can be a member. You can buy merch at fraudsquad.shop. That's cool, nice embroidered logo. It's very nice merch, okay? It helps support the channel. I'm doing all kinds of behind the scenes weird content for members and Patreon subscribers as well to just give you some extra me. Who doesn't want extra me? But thank you very much for watching. This has been another episode of Fraud Squad. You guys have a great day. Stay vigilant, stay safe. Don't give anyone your money without being absolutely sure you know where it's going.
Okay, I gotta film a Patreon welcome video. Welcome. I'm Josh LaHoo of Fraud Squad. My name's Josh LaHoo of Fraud Squad. My name's Josh, and I'm from Fraud Squad. My name's Josh, and I'm the Fraud Squad guy, and I'm gonna protect you from fraud. My name's Josh LaHoo, and I'm gonna protect you from fraud with Fraud Squad. Welcome to my Patreon page, where you can help. Welcome to Patreon. Welcome to Patreon. It's another platform. Welcome to the official Fraud Squad Patreon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a welcome video. Every dollar you give us on Patreon helps support the cause. Every dollar you give helps. Every dollar you give. I can't do it. I can't do a welcome video. I can't do it. If you're on the Patreon page, you know of my YouTube channel, so why would I need to make a welcome video for the Patreon? You're gonna find me on Patreon? No, you're gonna go to YouTube and then find me on Patreon after you know me on YouTube. No one's browsing Patreon to find content. It's stupid. I don't like the idea of doing a welcome video. If you want to donate, it's great. I really appreciate it. If not, go subscribe on YouTube. God, I hate doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff.